Our day is here, the day we've waited for, longed for, and prayed for. I can't believe it's finally here, and I finally get to call you my husband. And we worked out at the same gym, so we would see each other. And one day I just said hi, just being nice, and then he started a conversation with me, and I didn't think anything of it.
But it kind of sparked a conversation. I was working out and running around, so I cut the conversation short rudely, but then reached back out to her over Snapchat and asked her to go get breakfast with me.
And so he just was like, hey, it was good to talk. I'd love to catch up and go to breakfast. I was like, what the heck? So we went to First Watch for our first little date, and I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't really think anything of it, but because he was living in Indiana at the time.
With you coming to visit me in Indiana, I knew that I wanted to make you my girlfriend. That pursuit quickly turned into dating, and dating quickly turned into love.
So we decided to keep our relationship going long distance, and then that just turned into really enjoying each other's company, and it just grew into really deep love and going through hard times and trials, and that's when our relationship really grew close, and that's when we decided, I don't want to live without you anymore.
To see the love that you've had for Ariana and how you've brought happiness to her life, it's something that Daniela and so many of the people that love Ariana have hoped for her for so long.
You are my comforter. You have never once made me feel silly or bad for any of my emotions or feelings. You always remind me of what is true, and you are always there to listen to me.
Your goofiness and silliness will always make me shake my head and roll my eyes, but secretly makes me love you more and more every single time.
You are the man of my dreams and a true gift from the Lord. You are my protector. You have shown me safety and security. With you, I feel most comfortable. You are my encourager. You always lift me up and remind me of my worth. You never fail to tell me time and time again of my talents and my strengths.
To love her unconditionally and to continually pursue her in the midst of the ups and the downs that life will throw at you. The only way that you can do this is by looking to your Savior for help, remembering the way that He loves you, and asking Him to empower you to do the same for Ariana.
Above it all, I am thankful and reassured that we serve a God who will walk with us through this next season and then forever. I have confidence in us because of Him and His model.
In the hardest times and in the best of times of your marriage, not only will God be with you, but others that are here will be there for you. Whether it's to hold you up in the times where you think you can't keep going, or to celebrate with you in your greatest joys, we're here to walk with you. Sometimes I think it can be hard to know what to practically do in marriage. There are lots of books out there and lots of advice, which can be great, but it can be easy to forget to look at what the author of marriage says about the subject.
Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord." How true that is. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and the Lord blessed me beyond all measure with putting you in my life to be my wife.
Ariana, you've been in our home for 23 years. You are a beautiful, strong-minded, but warm-hearted, empathetic woman with an incredible sense of humor, often comedic. You bring a smile to so many faces, and you brought so many smiles into our home, and we just value all the time we've had to spend with you.
For as much as Chris and Ariana have consented together in holy wedlock and declared the same before God and these witnesses here today, by their vows to each other and by the giving and receiving of rings, by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Chris, you can kiss your bride. Like the sun. Like a secret I can't
advice for them. I think they have it all together themselves. You know,
They have the common sense.
they love each other. They're
Take care for each other.
Growing up, she was the funniest person I knew, but yet the one person who could annoy and push my buttons like no one else could. You may not realize it, but I really look up to you. You have a really big heart and feel things deeply. You have a really caring, kind, and humble soul. And you are always asking questions about the person you're talking to. You persevere and keep pushing forward even when it's hard. I'm so grateful that the Lord gave me you as my sister, and in turn, one of my very best friends.
Right before the ceremony, we went over on a boat, and we were at a bar right down the lake down here. We took a couple shots. Sorry, everybody, but I was just sitting there, and it really hit me that I've known Chris longer than I haven't, and my relationship with Chris is never going to fade. And I just think it's super valuable to have friends like that. Over the last 2.5 years that you guys have been together, I've seen Chris grow so much, and not just like, oh, he's a better guy now and he's more responsible, but his relationship with God, he's taken so much more seriously since he's met you. Thank you for being a lifelong brother, and I love you, and I cannot picture two better people to celebrate here tonight. So if you could all raise a glass, and cheers to the beautiful Mr. and Mrs. Fair.